Hello YouTube, HPZ here today, and as you can probably tell, we're standing outside today. This is, I promise you, not due to the fact that the technician's room or workroom is not finished yet. It's simply because it's a lovely day and you can hear the birds in the background and some of the South African wildlife. What we've got here is a Famiclone that's, it's been in the attic, it's been in a box, it used to be mine. And it's as dirty as can be. So today what we're going to be doing is just trying to clean this. Starting off, I'm just unplugging all of the accessories. Unfortunately, a long time ago I plugged the charge lead into the back of it, and yeah, I hard soldered that down. That needs to go. So first thing I'm going to do is just take a nice brush, just get rid of all of the dust. It's another reason why we're doing this outside. It's a messy process. That's done. Controllers. Just going to clean the plugs as well. And now for the fun part, let's disassemble it. This used to have 6 screws holding it together, it now only has 4, I don't know why. It's even. Okay, now you can see my dirty work I've done there. I'm just going to go clip those. I'll fix those later. The Famiclones used to be a lot different. You'll notice now on the system itself that there used to be a few more components to it. This is one from the mid-90s, so they've really shrunk it down to a single CPU. That's a CPU right there. There's a crystal and some other things that it needs to work, but it's much more involved than the newer Famiclones. That looks. It just needs a bit of a rub off. I'm not going to wash that. Okay, so these are ready to go for a wash. I'll put these aside. We've got the motherboard here. We'll just go put this aside somewhere else where it's a bit safer. Start with the controllers. Exactly the same principle, just open them up. Hopefully everything stays in focus. Now let's separate the stuff that we can and can't wash. For instance, these rubbers, you can't really wash them. You can clean them. I'll show you now how I clean mine. But all of that, that's all plastic. That can go in the wash. Just do the same for the second one. Okay, so this needs to go for a wash. The stuff is going for a wash. Even the stuff that fell out, that's here somewhere, is going for a wash, and I'll see you guys back at the washing basin. Right, so first thing I want to do is I want to get the water as hot as possible. It should barely be comfortable for me to work in it. So first thing I'm doing is I'm just opening the tap up. It's on top of setting. It's all warm water. I'm probably in the light when I do that, but I've got no choice. There we go, it's almost there. And it's a combination of two things I use to clean. The first thing is normal sunlight dishwashing liquid, very popular. So that. And then I use a product called Easy Off Bang, which is oxygen. It basically creates O2, and it's a detergent almost. It's pretty hot, I can barely stir it, so let's start off with the controllers first. So the first thing I do, small things, those aren't going to go through the plug hole, so they're fine. Goes in, got all nicely stirred. And now just scrub it. I'm not using a brush at the moment. I don't think this one really needs it, but if it's terrible, you should actually use a brush to clean it. It'll get off all the surface stuff, but I don't think that's needed this time around. Now this is like the pre-wash stage. This is just getting rid of most of the stuff. I'm going to rinse everything off afterwards just to get most of the normal stuff clean as well. Now, normally the process I go through is I choose the cleanest stuff first to wash, and then choose the more dirty things last. That way, when the water goes dirty, it doesn't make anything worse than it currently is. Now, when I'm done with it, I basically lay it all down on the towel until I get to the second station. You can see this is really, that's very, very bad. the surface. You can see all the original plastic is coming back to life. All this dirt is getting removed. This plastic has yellowed a little bit over the years, not much. Honestly, it's not as bad as, say, for instance, a Dreamcast goes or a SNES, the bottom of the SNES goes, but it has changed colour. Like I say, this is like the pre-wash. This is just how you clean it, and then afterwards I need to then rinse it off and get rid of all of the other stuff. And you'll be surprised, just those two little things turn this console into like sparkling white again. Well, minus some yellowing. But it makes a huge difference. Just some of the normal dishwashing liquid and that easy off bang, which is it basically just forms oxygen. That's, I think it's a detergent or something of the sort. I use it as accelerant for the dishwashing liquid. So, you get a little bit of smoosh here. Stuff. Now I can go in and I can get that off using a magic eraser, but that would scar the plastic around it. It makes the plastic like shiny, and that's not what I want. So a little bit of elbow grease. At least I can get rid of most of it. Probably I don't have to mention this, but ensure that when you do this sort of thing, you only do it to parts that you can wash. Some people do actually wash motherboards using normal water and things. I'm not a firm believer in that, unless it's a complete and utter last resort. It's not too bad. It's nice and clean. Got out into most of the cracks there. Just on that little bit there that I'm trying to get rid of. Afterwards I can always take a Q-tip and just actually I'm going to have to use something a little bit stronger to get that off. That was worth a shot. You can see how crappy the water is already. And we got most of the dust off outside by just brushing it. That's it. Now for stage 2. When anyone is familiar with washing dishes, this is almost the exact same process for washing dishes properly. It works. It gets the console extremely clean. It doesn't destroy the plastics. It doesn't age it in any way. It doesn't remove yellow though. And like I said, these won't go down the drain. That does those little side things that prevent that. I hope that there's enough light in this room. Sadly, that's not something I've got any control over. Okay, done. The second part now. I'll take like a medium water, so it's not overly hot. Rinse off my top. It's just to get rid of any of the detergent and the dishwasher liquid. Okay, right, now if you turn around this way, there's all of our components. I'm just going to get a towel quickly. That's what I do. Let's get a smaller, let's get a face towel. Because I still want it to be slightly wet. Now the only thing left is get as much of the moisture off as possible. The reason, if you don't do this, it creates like little marks on the console, water marks, for not drying it properly. So the nice thing about this is you get to see the end result as you're busy. See if the plastic is a bit whiter, a bit cleaner. And also do the last little bit of cleaning with this, pick up the last little bit of dust. The interesting thing about this is the inside is yellowed more than the outside, it looks like. I'm not too sure why. Some small scratches here and there. So not much I can do about that. Take this, I'm just going to shake this off in the sink. Get rid of some of the other water. Generally, I'll probably give a console a clean once in its life, a proper wet clean like this, and then for the rest of the time I'll just use normal everyday cleaning utensils and cleaning solutions, like for instance using Mr. Polish cleaner. It works very well on consoles. It keeps that console, that shine, that black shine that you get on the Segas and things very well. At least once in its life it needs one of these. A good scrub everywhere, get rid of the dust that's accumulated over decades. It was a silly idea, but it works well. I'll clean those off again afterwards. So I have to get some of this liquid out. So yeah, it's a little bit of a morning project to do a proper console up like this. What I'm going to do after this as well is I'm going to take all of this stuff outside and let it just stay in the sun for 15-20 minutes. Get rid of the last little bit of water. Because that's not what you want. You don't want too much water when you reassemble things. Another reason for doing this outside. You could probably use a bucket with some warm water outside. That works. That should work as well. Let's use 2 buckets, then one to rinse it off afterwards as well. But I don't like keeping them drying out in the sun. It's obvious for most of us, the consoles do yellow out and they look terrible if you do that. It's loads of protective tape on it. Done. Lippy cuts, and I'll create the second part of this when everything is nice and dry and it's sitting outside. Alright, it's been about an hour now and everything should be dry. Let's reassemble quickly. Starting with these, you'll notice that all of the little buttons here does actually have a little side to them. They're showing you which side they should go into. Let's start with this one. So all of them slide in only one direction. So I'm just putting everything back in together. I'd look, the pads here are actually more or less clean. They don't have too much grime on them, so there's no need to clean those as well. Start and select. Let's grab one of the other ones. Directional pad done. Okay, now let's get a controller. In case you're wondering, I cleaned the cords just by taking that same rag that we used to clean the console, wrapping it around and just giving it a tight pull. Doing so cleans it quite neatly. Goes in like that. here. This should slide in like that. There we go. Perfect. All nice and clean now. There's a little bit of gumage there. It's left over from something. There we go. Next. And I'll probably fast forward this so I don't bore everyone to death, but just to show you again here. Goes like that. See all the items in the background. Which doesn't want to eat me. Keeping it outside from. This one doesn't want to play with for some reason. There you go. I need to stop this again, I'm locking out the doors. Right, so I've changed the video angles here quickly to give you a bit better picture. As you can see, here's the end product. Let's put it all back together. It shouldn't matter which way that goes around. This one I think goes that way around. Which goes the opposite way around. I'm being silly. There we go. I think they use these screws for there.
Look at that. That's a remarkable improvement. Controllers as well. You'll see that one of the controllers was damaged. That's just me being a kid and not taking care of what's hot and what's not on the damaged those. But you see the difference in that. It's like it's brand new almost. Let's zoom in. Absolutely stunning. Look at that. It's springy. Like the day it was made. All white. Oh yeah. I've got some scratches there, but that's not something I can deal with. It happened a long time ago. And that's all from me, HPZ. So if you like my videos, please comment, rate and subscribe. Especially if you had a TV game as a kid.